All right. Today our instructor, and I didn't change that. I apologize. I changed it, but I didn't save it, I guess. Our instructor is you. And what I thought we'd do is go over some of the things that we have learned and profited from by belonging to a Renatus Nation, the education that we get from them, from Team Elevate, and the great team members that we've got. What have you learned that's helped you in your business? And I'll start out and show you some of the things that came just at the top of my mind. And that screen's gone too. Well, we'll go back to a thought here, maybe. Hold on just one sec. All right. Some of the things that I've learned, my wife keeps teaching me that I'm not using our social media enough. And as I've gone through my notes, Christian Sadler had some really wonderful ideas for looking for referrals and asking for referrals. There's no harm in asking for referrals. He says, you just ask if you know anybody that's willing, that needs to sell their house, that is has to move quick, or maybe they've outgrown it, whatever. Just ask them if you know anybody that needs to sell their house. And heck, we often pay for referrals if they come through. Do we know anybody that wants to buy a house? We've got a team of people that are fixing up houses across the country. So ask them to check in with us. Might save some realtor fees. Ask if we know someone that wants to pay off their debt faster, and share a story, either our own or a team member's. That's a valuable resource, is the team members' stories here with Team Elevate. Ask anybody if they know anyone that needs to get a better return on their money that can be backed by real estate. And tell people we can invest our retirement account in real estate, and most people don't know that. What a great opportunity that is. And anybody that just wants to learn about investing in real estate, if you ever had questions, come ask me, talk to me. Let's go get a Coke or share a salad or something and just talk about this and see if there's something that I can do to help you. So these are things you can put on your Facebook. A couple of the other things, one of the first things that I learned, and I believe it was John O'Neill, but it could have been someone else. I was so new that I didn't know everybody's name when I learned this, but it hit me like lightning. I was sitting on the front row, and like I say, I believe it was John. He said, "Ron, I've got this deal that I think is going to be very profitable. Do you want to be part of that?" And I said, "Yeah, let me think about it." And he went over a couple more people and said, "I've got this deal. Do you want in on it?" And they said, "Yes." And he came back and says, "Ron, that's the answer. You say yes, unless I change my mind, you know, lay claim to that, get something started. You can always change your mind if it doesn't work out well for you. And that's just fine." And that one concept just let me out of this prison I'd built for myself. It seems for years and years and most of my life, if some good opportunity came along, I'd say, "Let me think about it." And then I'd spend the next couple of days talking myself out of it and convincing myself why it was not going to work for me. And I was a naysayer. That was quite some enlightenment for me. I don't like to be around naysayers, and yet look what I had become. And this let me out of that prison. It's given me the opportunity to participate in deals and work with people and learn from them that I had just shut that door to for so many years. So there are a couple of the things that I've learned. Let's invite everybody. If you've got something that you'd like to share that you've learned from this great team, from Renatus, from your experiences in deals that you've made, would you like to come off and just share one or two with us? I looked through, it looks like we've got about 60 people online today. I know there's just a wealth of wisdom out there. It's early in the morning, but don't be shy.
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
Hey, this is Brian from Scottsdale.
Hi, Brian. Welcome.
Thanks. Uh, the one thing that I've learned that's been a huge help for me is what you put in your mind is how you create your outside world. And so
Sure.
I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful for Michael and John O'Neill to allow us to tap into their Audible account because I'm plugged into those books all the time, and it's helped tremendously.
Isn't that a wonderful resource? Like I said, we've got some of the best leaders in the whole country right here within our team, and they are sharing wisdom with us right and left. And that is a great resource, one that I use almost every day. Jess, have you got something to add to us this morning, Jess Mickelson?
Yes, I do. I think that I just want to share that one of the keys to my success was every single time when somebody had a property for sale, I always said, "I'll buy it." No, I said I want to buy it. I didn't. That left the door open if I wanted to back out, but
Absolutely.
it assumed that we would come up with a reasonable transaction and move forward. So many times when that opportunity, I appreciate what you said earlier, just saying that you learned to say yes. Well, that's kind of what I learned in just slightly different way, but it totally makes it so that you can grab those opportunities, but by not putting too much evaluation first, saying it's like putting something under contract, you still have the opportunity to back out. But it gives you that opportunity to really evaluate it and look for the positives in it.
Absolutely. And really the way you said that, I want to buy it. It edifies the seller as well, doesn't it? And it creates a really good fertile ground for open communication. Thanks, Jess. Anything else you got for us?
No, that's it for now.
All right. I appreciate you sharing. Who else has got something that they've learned that was just like that proverbial light bulb going on in your head? Or perhaps an aha moment? I know that just by being part of the Renatas team, it has changed the way I have looked at things. What are some of the changes in thought processes that have helped you be successful as you look for property and everything? Felina, would you like to share?
I would. Hi, Ron. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm fabulous. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Glad to
And
hear it.
one of the big things that I learned is never mistake a yes for a no. And it's been really helpful when we've been negotiating on some properties. Whenever anyone has a but, that means that they've said yes. And a lot of times it's really easy to hear no. So if someone says, well, but blah, 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 we want to hear they're saying no. But all they've said is, yes, I just have this consideration I need you to address. And so that's been a really helpful thing in negotiations and just pretty much all around everywhere, actually. So I've seen that. That's what I've gotten.
Thank you. That is another habit we get into, and that is a golden nugget of wisdom. When they say but, it's just yes, but they've got a concern, not a no. Perfect, Felina. Thank you. We've got
Hey,
time
Ron.
for... Yes, sir.
Hey, Ron. It's Bill out of Scottsdale as well.
Bill, welcome.
Thanks, my friend. Thanks for all you do on these calls. It's pretty good calls, so we appreciate it out here in Scottsdale. I've been around for quite a while with Renatas, and my main focus has always been real estate. But of probably over 120 deals that I've done, the number one thing that has made that happen was inviting people to the event. I have probably raised about $3 million of private money from people in the room. Many times, people that don't even enroll end up bringing me a deal or money. and or especially a distress situation, because a lot of times they'll come to the room in a distress situation. Naturally, they're replying to an ad to make money, and they're in a situation they need to get out of, in a housing situation.
Sure.
You know, I've basically, I've never had to yellow letter. I've never had to do any mass marketing for real estate deals because of what the environment has created at the Renatus meetings. So the more people I invite, it's just such a more powerful real estate investing opportunity. So.
Excellent advice, Bill. Boy, what a resource. Just the very events that we've got open to us locally to invite people. That can't be stated enough, and I appreciate you saying that, Bill. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Boy, I see so many people. I look down and I see everybody's names, and I think, I know that these people have really good ideas and experiences. And we're here to learn from each other today, so don't be shy. Step up.
Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
One thing I really learned from being involved with Renatus and the group Team Elevate is how to be a better person.
You know,
right off the bat, Michael Hudson's always saying, you've got to work on your style before you work on others in your business.
That's so true. And I know that I'm a better person for it, Pete. Gosh sakes, I know I'm happier for it too. To be in more control of our lives here at home. We're looking forward to getting my wife Sue away from her full-time job this year and into what she has had her heart in for about as long as I've known her. Whenever we've stopped someplace, she has picked up the real estate magazines and pamphlets at the 7-Elevens and whatnot, and looked what the local deals were, and she'd say, I wish we could do this. This one looks fantastic. And like I said, we used to think, well, let's think about it and talk ourselves out of it. And now we're thinking, let's make this work.
Definitely change attitude. Instead of being a victim, now you're empowered. So, you know what? I have the power to do something about this instead of seeing if it's okay with everybody else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like the way you said, I have the power. It kind of reminds me a little bit of He-Man, for those of us that are old enough to remember that Saturday morning cartoon. But really, that is quite a statement when you can say, I have the power to do this. I have the resources. I have the friends to consult with, and they've got resources, and together we're going to be successful.
It gives you a great mental image. Hold your pen over your head and say, by the power of Renatus, I will decide.
That's right. That's right, Pete.
Thank you so much, Ron, for doing these calls in the morning. I know you really do a lot for us. And thank you for archiving them.
Well, today we're all doing it, and I appreciate you guys too. Wanda, I see that you've come off mute. How are you this morning, my friend?
Hi, Ron. How are you? Good morning.
Good.
I also appreciate everything that you do for the group, and I appreciate these calls that are very insightful and very well organized. So thank you for all your hard work. And as I think about the things that I have learned in this community in the last year since I started, there's many things that I can mention, and I'm actually preparing a presentation of the 4 things that I learned from Michael Huggins. But I want to share one of those things, and it's a mind of abundance. One day we were at a restaurant, and he just took me through a series of events that I'm like, okay, I better be quiet, because you know how Michael is, and he can tell you right in your face right things. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say a word, but he's trying to teach me something. And eventually I asked him, I'm like, Michael, what are you trying to teach me? And he, looked at me with his smile. He said, abundance, Wanda, abundance. And since then, I've been thinking on that way. If I am tipping somebody, I'm not counting the pennies of how much 15% is. I'm like, okay, if I can give $20 now is like nothing for me. And yes, $20, it may be a lot for somebody who's serving you at a restaurant. So thinking about abundance, thinking about like a millionaire mindset will get you more, because the world will conspire in your favor. So, and you'll be attracting more and more abundance, more people, more leads, more houses, more for your team. You will do it. You just need to practice and start thinking on pennies. Start thinking about abundance. So that's what I have learned, and I put it into practice, and it's working for me. So I wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you, Wanda. That's wonderful, and we really do have an abundant life. We have such an abundant world, and yet we've been taught to think like we've got this scarcity mentality, that we've just got to hold on to what we've got, and we can't share, and we can't let other people know about the opportunity. I remember one time years ago asking a fellow about real estate investing, and he the words weren't that that's proprietary information, but it basically let me know that he didn't want me to be a competitor. And I was, he said it in a nice way, but I was still hurt a bit. And I was looking to improve my life and everything, and he didn't want me to, was the bottom line. And we don't have that in Team Elevate. That's so true.
So, Ron, I have another thing to input. This is Jess.
Please, Jess.
I just want to say that when I came into Renatus, Michael Huggins brought me in, and I have watched him stay on a trajectory of improvement. Okay, this is something that I have been inspired by. He does not stop. Okay, he just keeps going. He keeps making himself better. He keeps finding new ways to pick up his game and do something more. And I am just inspired. I'm doing my own things, elevating my own self, because I feel that he has given me some motivation to step up and do it. And maybe one of the epiphanies that I had with Renatus was that the part that's mechanics, the actual doing the stuff, is important, but mindset is so much bigger. We have the growth that I have made in mindset. I have no way to put a dollar value to, but I can certainly tell you that I feel really excited about that.
Absolutely. That mindset, like you said, is so valuable because it affects what we actually do and put into practice. But you've got to have the mindset first. And Michael sure is a bulldog, isn't he? He has grabbed a hold of this self-improvement and being successful and the abundance, and he just shares it. It just exudes from him. It's like he breathes out value to everyone around him.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Michael.
One of the first events that I went to was the national conference, the week that we signed up with our combo. And Garrett Gunderson was there, and he said that he wanted to break a myth. He says, people, you hear it at least every week, time is money. And he said, that's a myth. He says, time is not money. Money is a receipt for value. And you just look at what Renatus has given us. We look at what the Team Elevate has given us. And if you talk about value versus dollars, the value that we receive in both of those, Elevate and Renatus, is just priceless. We have got such a bargain here. And I'm happy to share that philosophy with everybody, because I believe it with all my heart that everybody really needs Renatus. And when you're talking about value, you're not going to find it anywhere else. It is organized. It is updated. It is augmented, it is added to, we get together as a group, and that like I say, frequently there's that synergy that comes when we come together. We're so much more than we are as just a sum of each part. Who else has an insight for us this morning? We appreciate everybody's lessons and look forward for a few more here. We've got time for some more. Ravi,
good morning, Mr. Ron. Can you hear me?
We can, Ravi. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good, sir. So I'm kind of new to this. I joined in January. I'm in the Seattle area in Washington. One of the things that I can contribute is for marketing wise, I do a lot of bandit signs and I try to be respectful of other people's property. So I will actually go up and knock and go into like Walmart and Walgreens and Rite Aids and gas stations and talk to whoever the manager is and see if I can put a sign up. And those signs have stayed up since January.
Excellent point, Ravi. Boy, respect can sure open doors, can't it?
Yes, sir.
And who knows if these managers aren't looking for something better as well. So there's a contact we get to make and maybe put into our lead list.
Correct.
Fabulous, Robbie. We're so glad you're with us just since January, but look at what you've been able to do.
Yeah, I'm 1-star qualified. I've done 2 wholesale deals. I'm hoping to be 5-star by June is my goal.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We hope we can help you with that by what we're learning here today and in the meetings and everything else. I like your attitude, Ravi. I think you'll be able to make that just fine.
Thank you, sir. That's it.
Thanks, Ravi. Anybody else that'd like to share? I look down, just ask yourself, what have I learned? How am I different? And then share that with us if you would, just for a moment. While you're thinking, let me remind you that these calls, these mastermind calls in the morning, our team calls are recorded. Unless there's a technical difficulty, every once in a while the gremlin in my computer raises its ugly head. But we record them and I upload them to YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel. It's Elevate Renatus. Find that, just put that in the search bar on YouTube. You'll find our channel. And look at the videos that we've uploaded there, and you can find wonderful resources. Something to play while you're in the car, something that's uplifting, something that's educational, it's nurturing to the soul and to the mind. And these are available to you. And I take a lot of pleasure when I look and see, that, gosh, that one was just added a couple days ago and 17 people have already listened to it. Or we look at another one and, gosh, say, look at that. Over 100 people have tuned in later to either review the information given or they weren't able to tune in at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes we're at work and we get interrupted. So just know that you can look at these team calls later on our YouTube channel. I try to post them onto our Facebook. We've got a Elevate SLC Facebook page, and it's a private group, but anyone in Elevate can be added to that and ask questions relating to marketing, to our business, and these calls are certainly helping us in that direction. Anybody else before we wind up today? I've got a feeling there's somebody that just has a grateful light in their heart. And would you just share that with us real fast before we go? Well, we appreciate everybody being here today. We appreciate everybody that has participated on the call. I just saw a chat come up. Let me see what we've got there. Tyler Mead, he's at work, so he can only message. So we appreciate that and respect you for being here with us, Tyler. It's good to see you here this morning, and I look forward to seeing you again this week. Thank you to everybody. I am so grateful to be part of this group and get your feedback. Tyler points out that it's important to don't get emotionally attached if someone says no. We can love these people. We can still respect them and the value. And as Tyler points out, no doesn't mean no forever. It just means no now. And so we keep them in mind. We talk about them. We mention our successes and ask about their successes. And little by little, sometimes these seeds get the nurturing and the watering from our input, and maybe that starts to grow and the curiosity develops, and they'll ask a question or two and it'll grow a little bit more. And before you know it, maybe they will be ready for joining our group as well. Thank you, Tyler. Well, I appreciate everyone being here. One more chance before we leave. Is there anyone that would like to come off and share what's in their heart and what their gratitude for?
Hi, everyone. This is Anthony in Seattle.
Anthony, thank you so much for coming on. How's everything in Seattle?
Been amazing. I've been looking forward to being able to stop my car so I can share with everybody. I've been driving.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got a chance.
So I think for me, one of the things that's been very impactful is the spiritual well-being within Renatus as a group. So, there's the different cores that we have, and spiritual is definitely when you come into that abundance and you're uplifted, but by the whole community helping each other and just being able to tap into that and tap into the power of the universe and the power that we have spiritually within the group has just been so amazing.
I'm so glad you said that, Anthony. That is so true, and I'm grateful for that as well. It is so nice to be around positive people with positive messages and positive work ethics, with a positive can-do attitude when the deals that they approach, and how can we make this work for everybody, and the win-win-win attitude that seems to go with it. I appreciate that, Anthony. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just appreciative of everybody and wishing everybody all the well and all the best.
Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate you too. We appreciate the comments that you've made today and other days as well. Well,
thank you, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate again, like my affiliation with this group is one of the treasures of my life. Held right up next to my family. I appreciate what I've learned. I appreciate the good feelings one for another in the group, and the spiritual well-being that Anthony pointed out. I really like that in our group, it seems like the naysayers just kind of weed themselves out. They don't stick around, and we're left with the cream, with the popcorn that rises to the top, and the seeds just kind of fall out the screen in the bottom. But at any rate, thank you for being here. Thank you for your participation. I look forward to being with more of you later. I look forward to hearing from Michael and Christian later in the week and to see you at our events. Be sure to register so that everybody's successful, and you have a great day.